Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. So today I'm going to be talking about the perfect Juju potions and kind of going over them and seeing which ones are worth even using in terms of like your skilling and that kind of thing, because first of all, they're tradable, so most if not everybody can use them. But yeah, a lot of people don't know what these things do for like individually, and I know a few people that don't even know what they are, so that's why I wanted to make the guide. I kind of wanted to show you guys if they're even worth it, because I know at least one or two of them are like really worth it. And it was also a learning experience for me to see if, you know, some of these were even worth using, because I was wondering as well. So I did test these things out and see if they were actually good. But yeah, before I go into anything, I'm at the Harmony Pillars place, and it's like north of the Tower of Voices. And these Harmony Pillars, there's 4 of them here, and what you do is you rake it, see what skill it is, and if you like the skill, then put a Harmony seed on there. You don't need super compost or anything. And this one, for example, is construction. So let's say I put a seed on there. That means I would have to get 200k experience in construction, not including bonus, not including like lamp experience or anything like that. And once I get the 200k, I can harvest it for Harmony Moss. And later on, one of the Jujus will help you out if you need to farm these Harmony Moss if you really wanted to. It's not required. It's only if you want to make your own Jujus and maybe save that extra little money, because they are kind of expensive when you buy them from the GE. But it's completely optional. I just want to show you guys if you needed to make them yourself. But enough exposition. Let's go straight into the Juju pots and see which ones are worth using. So to start off on the first Juju of 8, I'm going to start off starting with the lowest Herblore requirement to actually make it, and that happens to be the Woodcutting Juju potion, or the perfect one obviously. And you need 75 Herblore to make it, and to make it you need the Woodcutting regular Juju and then Harmony Moss. But as for the effect of this, the perfect one, it gives you 5% chance of receiving double logs from just regular woodcutting. So if you cut a U, you have a 5% chance of getting a double log, and that includes getting the extra log obviously in your inventory, and you also get the extra experience as well. Effectively, it's 5% more experience per hour, and technically 5% more GP per hour if you do it at like magics, use that kind of thing, elders even. But another effect is it also doubles the cuts on the ivy and the trees. So every time you get the XP drop on either of those, it does it twice, you know, 5% chance. So yeah, effectively again, it gives you 5% more experience per hour. And remember, all of these Juju potions except the dungeoneering one, which is the last one, they all last for an hour. The dungeoneering one lasts for 4 hours, but I'll get to that later. So yeah, you can just drink 1 dose of this and you'll be good for an hour. So yeah, overall it's a pretty awesome perfect Juju, and I recommend doing it if you're going to be doing 99 woodcutting or even like 120 or 200 mil. But that's enough of that. Let's go to the next Juju, which happens to be the farming perfect Juju potion, which requires 77 Herblore to make, and you need a Juju farming potion obviously, and the moss. It gives 109 experience. I don't know why it's less than the woodcutting, but oh well. This one's actually one of the least important ones, unless you're going to be making a lot of these yourself. Like if you're making all the perfect Jujus yourself, then this is a pretty decent one to have, because it does help with that. But for general farming, it really doesn't have any effect. As you can see, it's 25% chance getting double moss from a Harmony Pillar, which is actually pretty useful if you want Harmony Moss, but it also has the 5% chance of receiving moss anywhere for the entire hour or whatever. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty good for that kind of thing, but you know, for general farming, it's not going to really help you. So yeah, out of all the Jujus, I think it's probably the least useful, honestly, but that's just my opinion. Moving on to the third one, this is the mining perfect Juju potion, and you need 80 Herblore, and it gives you 126 experience. And this one again has the effect of the original Juju mining potion, so it has the chance of getting the stone spirit or whatever that banks ore for you for 30 seconds, just like the woodcutting one. And the perfect effect of it, it has a chance of automatically smelting and auto banking those ores when you mine. So it's pretty decent. It gives you extra smithing experience, I guess. So I guess that's not too bad, but like if you're going to go for like 120 mining or 200 mil, you're really not going to even get ore, because then you'll be doing the corrupt. I guess it could work there, but you get corrupt so slowly that it really wouldn't have any effect, in my opinion. But I mean, it's still really useful at like LRC, because then you get the bonus smelting chance as well as the auto banking from the stone spirit and the smelting thing. So it is pretty useful there, and I do recommend using it if you're going for 99 mining, or you know, anywhere beyond that. through like LRC or something. Next up is the smithing one, which is actually pretty useful, especially if you're going to be going for high smithing. And the effect of the smithing one is that you have a 10% chance of getting a corrupted ore in your inventory when you're smithing bars. So that means smithing any type of bar, like bronze, iron, everything like that. So definitely have like an extra inventory slot for that, just so you don't like lose a bar. This is a good way of getting a bunch of corrupted ore, so you can have a lot of AFK smithing, because corrupted ore is really good experience per hour, as well as being extremely AFK. So I guess this is a pretty good smithing method. So I do recommend using this perfect Juju potion if it fits your needs. And also, I really don't know if it works at the Artisan's Workshop, but if it does, then it'll be pretty nice there, because it's really AFK, and although it's not that fast, so you won't get that many corrupt ore per hour, it still will be pretty nice because you get really good experience rates, as well as getting the corrupt ore for later on, and that'll be very good for cheaper training of smithing. And then there's the agility potion, which you need a scentless potion and a harmony moss to make. It requires 85 herblore to make, and this one actually, in my opinion, is probably the most useful, because when you use the Heffen agility course, which is in the Elf City, there's a chance of unlocking a shortcut. There's actually 2 shortcuts, so you have a chance of getting both, or just one or the other, or none, when you finish a run. And they do speed up your laps considerably, and it really just increases your XP per hour and stuff like that. So it's a pretty nice Juju to have if you're going for really high agility there, or, you know, just past 99 kind of thing like that. And then next is the prayer one, which first off gives you 5% experience boost at the Gilded Altars, and 5% experience boost when using the Sarenstone prayer method, which is the really AFK method in the Elf City. So overall, I mean, it's just a, 5% experience boost. It's really self-explanatory. It is kind of expensive to buy, but if you make it yourself, it might be, worth it to use, because it will save you technically 5% of your money spent on either of those methods. So in general, you're gonna save a lot of money, and I guess time too. After that, there's the Herblore one, which you need the Guthix gift, which is just like the Saradomin's Blessing, just Guthix. And this one's actually pretty decent, I guess, if you're going to be training Herblore on combination potions, because it gives you a 5% experience boost when making those combination potions. So like Holy Overloads, Supreme Overloads, that kind of thing. And you also have a 10% additional chance of getting the recipe in dungeoneering, which is very useful if you're going for that comp requirement, but other than that, it's kind of useless. But overall, it's a pretty decent one if you're going to be doing a lot of Herblore through combination potion. And finally, here's the last Juju, other than a one I'm going to be going over after this one. This is the dungeoneering one. You need the Zamorak's Favor, and this one increases your damage dealt in a dungeon by 5%, and dungeoneering skill doors require 2 less levels. And this potion lasts for 4 hours per dose, so one full potion's 12 hours, which is a lot of dungeoneering. And I'd say this is pretty worth it if you're going to be doing a lot of dungeoneering runs in a certain amount of time. So like if you're going to like World 77 and going to be doing a lot of larges, this will be worth it, especially if you're not maxed, because then you can open doors quicker, and then you can continue your paths. 5% damage dealt is very good for GDs as well. So I do recommend using this potion if you're going to be doing dungeoneering. So that's it for all the actual Juju potions for the perfects. And overall, I mean, most of them have their uses, and I think I'll be using a lot of them, especially when I go for the 120s in their respective skills. I recommend you guys using them if you have never used them before, or even just, this is new to you, you've never even heard of them. Yeah, they're pretty decent, guys. The last thing you guys need to know for this guide is the ultimate potion for perfect Jujus, and that is the Perfect Plus potion. And for the ingredients, you need the Crystal Tree Blossom, which you can get daily from this crystal tree, which requires 94 farming. You can also get it from crystal chests, so if you don't have the farming requirement, you can get it there. You also need a Harmony Moss, which you can actually buy as well. I kind of forgot to mention that in the beginning of the video. You can buy these, so you don't need to farm them, I guess. And then there's also the Overload Potion. You need the 4 dose, and then the Crystal Flask. So yeah, you just make that into the Perfect Plus. You need the potion recipe as well. That's the last one, so it does take the longest to get. And yeah, its effects are that you get a 3% bonus experience on the Voice of Saren. So when you're going to be training on the clan that has the Voice of Saren, you'll have an additional 3% bonus experience already on top of that Voice of Saren. And then it also lasts for 4 hours, so it is very useful. I do recommend it. And it also has all the effects of the original perfect Jujus as well. So I mean, it's pretty useful if you're going to be doing multiple skills. You don't have to carry around multiple potions or drink every hour. You only have to re-drink every 4 hours. And yeah, it's a pretty decent potion to have, and I do recommend it if you're going to be spending a lot of time and skilling and stuff in the Elf City. So that's it for me today. I hope that this guide, helped you through this Jujus. I know I talked a lot. I talk a lot in my videos, but I hope I got the point across that a lot of these Jujus are worth using, and I hope that it helped you throughout. So I'll see you guys in the next video, be it a loot video or a guide. I don't really know yet, but stay tuned and have a good day.